How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl. Today we're checking out Gorbag of Minas Morgul. We're kind of an orc tribal deck with a bit of a Aristocrats energy. So whenever an orc or goblin attacks and deals damage to a player, you may sacrifice it and you can choose to draw a card or create a treasure. Pretty powerful ability. If you can benefit off the sacrifice, he becomes pretty decent. We just didn't draw any of our orcs yet, so we'll have to work on that. Nope. So normally I wouldn't be too worried about this because we're a green deck. We're a black deck. We have answers to these kind of things, but we don't actually at the moment. We just don't. I'd say because everything in our deck has to be uncommon or lower in rarity, we don't really have many wrath. As a result, I am very worried about this Moon Dancer. Opponent's cheating, man. Not playing true Artisan. Of course, that's because there's no queue for true Artisan, so if you want to play an Artisan deck, you have to play it out in the wild, where everybody can murder you. There's a block there. Malachir Rebirth. Come on back. Gorbag into Heart. We might just win through Blood Artist triggers. That would be quite the sight, but I doubt it's gonna happen. I might take the 6 here, 7 here, 8 here. Come on, opponent, you can't play rares and mythics and removal. I am nearly dead. My heart did nothing. Bye-bye, heart. Bad times, man. Bad times. Hey, it's a orc support card. Goodbye, Gorbag. Now there's my next land. Unfortunately, the army of Cat Elves has kind of killed us. There's a hobbit and a bug in there too, but it's mostly Cat Elves. Must be Bosmer, honestly. They're the only elf weirdos in the multiverse that transform into animals. Yeah, I think I want to check out, opponent. You're taking a little bit too long to kill me. There's no need for that. You have 14 damage on your commander alone. GG. It was a good game. Actually making progress towards our quest again, that's good. There must have been 2 mastery passes last season because I was doing my my end of season checkups, and I was looking to fill out some of the mastery orbs for March of the Machines, and there was only like I only had like 5 of them, and it was I had completely filled out the mastery tree, so I was like, what happened here? And I think when March of the Aftermath came around, they reset the mastery, and I just didn't put in the orbs from last mastery set or from last edition of the mastery set. That would be my guess, but I don't know for sure. The commander's not really the one you want to play first. You want a 1-drop, but we don't have too many of them. Lures of the Dream Den. You're not one of the discard ones. Halfling Horror or Elk. I guess we go Halfling Horror. Trading off is fine. We can't really stand too much life gain. One of the OG orcs, man. Will the Burnished Heart become Ring Bearer? I don't know. I think he'd do well with the 1 ring. He looks to be pure of heart, honestly. Like, he's some of the best Theros has to offer. If anybody could stand the burden of the 1 ring, it would be Burnished Heart. Forged by divine hands to wander mortal realms. My Burnished Heart is now legendary. So we are gonna ramp with Burnished Heart. And then we'll play a Grim Wander. Creature died, so we're good. He's an orc too. No, he's a goblin. He should be an orc, honestly. The only difference between an orc and a goblin is height, and well, that's probably not lore accurate, but in Magic, basically, the difference between an orc and a goblin is height. What happened there, bro? It was a candle effect, I'm pretty sure. So this enchantment is basically... God, we don't want to. We don't want to. It's not basically. It's similar to the War of the Spark 2-mana enchantment. You don't get the amass at the beginning of your upkeep. You only get it whenever an amass creature attacks. So it's weaker in that if if your army dies, you're kind of out of luck. But it's stronger in that you're not losing life for every +1/+1 counter, right? Opponent's playing a lot of uncommons as well. This way we can attack. We do have other ways to amass, so we're not too worried about losing our army. If we get a trade for it, that's fine. Lords of the Dream Den comes back. Anything worth reanimating? Well, first, we'll see if our opponent's willing to block. Yeah, we'll sack him. Take action. Draw a card. That's pretty good. Our opponent will lose some life. And we will get down a Vengeful Warchief. He's a goblin. He's a good boy goblin. Oi, oi, oi. ECD is not good boy goblin behavior. Golem. You even got him. They got one of our biggest goblins, or one of our biggest orcs exiled. That's sad, bro. It's very sad. This is part of the reason why we don't play many Artisan games. They do take a while. We've kind of stalled out. Our opponent is finding their rares and mythics, though, so they might get there in the end. Decline. Draw a card. Get our commander back, and then we'll put our Grim Wanderer onto the... Well, wrong way around, but the plan was similar. Me and Parrot Sortie are just having a whale of a time trying to end a game of Magic. Wow. I say that. Our opponent has begun making significant progress. We should have played Innocent Blood before we cast our commander. I know I've been gung-ho with Gorbag's life, but when he costs 8 mana a cast, I can't really do that. We will have to let our opponent kill Gorbag this time before we cast the Innocent Blood. Which it looks like they will. They seem interested in the prospect of killing Gorbag. No block. destroy that one. And we'll see if the trade is on the table. Take action. Then we'll get rid of Loris again. We're holding ourselves together pretty well. Pretty well. We haven't gotten to like the aristocrats critical mass of creatures to where we can actually close out the game, but Cauldron of Eternity. Man, I do not know how many more times I can enter the board. Our hand says none, but, you know, Gorbag is strong. Look at him. He is the pinnacle of Orcish, something? He's the pinnacle of Orcish something. We only have time to look at Gorbag. Our opponent's actions are not important to us. Hordling Broodlord. Hoarding Broodlord. Not Hordling Broodlord. Very different. This boy is big. He's big enough to protect the Horde. Ooh. Whew. Wow. Wow. So that's so many cards drawn. Why do they go to different pals though, I wonder? I don't understand. Because that spell was exiled. Yeah, I'll block. Okay, it's slotted over to the correct place. Yes, and then it's slotted back to the wrong place. So they've drawn 6 cards this turn with Hordling Broodlord. And then they're gonna draw 2 more on their upkeep. And like these aren't cheapo cards from the top of your library. These are, I've searched my library for the best card for the circumstance cards. Now that doesn't always mean anything, right? Like generally what you want to do is assume that your opponent has built great decks, and if they search up some cards that they're gonna be the right cards for the situation. But we've all been there in that spot where we search our library and the answer's not there. To be fair, our board is not very hey, a way to amass works. Golem. And we'll ramp a little bit. Give our black creatures a boost. Yeah, draw 2 more cards with Hoarding Broodlord. I can say that word. Reading is not hard. Is this our game 2? This is our game 2, and we are like 20 minutes in. That is brutal, man. I have no shot in this game. And our opponent is planning for the future. Like, I don't think there is a future opponent. I don't think there is a future. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it here in the interest of time. We'll call it at our draw because we don't want our opponent to lose out on their fun, even though, oh my god, this is too much fun. Never mind. I was gonna be polite and let you do some cool stuff, but like, 4 Gonti triggers, you will not be impressed with what you find, opponent. There are orcs. Oh. Phone? There are orcs and orcs related things, and neither of which are very interesting, I assure you. We're going to game 3. We found an opponent. That is good. Who are we up against? Ooh, Sheila, Child of Ungoliant. Keep? Because we have a turn 2. We can either Gorbag or Sudden Edict, depending on how many creepy crawlies come into existence. Gorbag time. Like, this isn't an orc, but it makes orcs, so I thought that'd be fair. Look at that guy. He's a powerful boy. Dude, they gave my commander a power upgrade. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. It's a spider. I feel bad because they go through the trouble of naming it, and we're just gonna kill it. The Orcish army has taken on some wildlife, hasn't it? It's got a bird. It's got an elk. Bankrupt in blood. It's a bit of a rough one. 2 creatures for 3 cards. But it has beautiful artwork. Look at that. Amazing stuff. Can we blood artist our way down? Maybe. Green-black can have life gain, and they can have a significant amount of it. From those little pest tokens to just your stock standard Golgari. No block. I got a life to burn. Rude. Just making me a bunch of treasures, man. So we'll go into Gorbag and Ruin Raider. I control another pirate. What? I forgot Pity's Plunder. You were originally in the deck just to be an Aristocrats card, but you are also a pirate. Do I need opponent? You want to fight something else? You can go ahead. I'm not too worried about all of it, honestly. Because you have very little life left. Flashback Marauder dies? Yeah, because we can resurrect him. Well, those were our Gorbag Aristocrat Artisan games. We didn't really get to see him go off until like the last match, but yeah, such is my luck, unfortunately. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.